Fly through the mind, a journey into inner space. Have you ever wondered what the universe inside you really looks like? I'm not talking about the brain's mechanics, all gray matter and electrical sparks. I mean the very space where your truest self lives, the place where your consciousness is born, the origin point of every dream, every fear, every flash of inspiration that makes you, well, you. We spend our lives looking out, staring at the stars and exploring oceans, always searching for the next frontier. But what if the greatest, most uncharted territory of all isn't out there, but in here? Today, we're going on a journey unlike any other. We're not traveling to a distant galaxy, but into the vast inner space of the mind. Think of this as an artistic flight through the stunning, unseen landscapes of your own imagination. So, forget what you think you know about the limits of your own awareness. Together, we're going to fly through the architecture of thought, watch ideas being born, and travel to the very heart of consciousness itself. Get ready for a trip where your mind isn't just the vehicle, it's the destination. Section 1. The launch pad, the shores of perception. Every great journey starts somewhere. For our flight into inner space, that starting point is perception. It's the shoreline where the massive, chaotic ocean of the outside world meets the detailed landscape of your inner self. Every sight, every sound, every sensation is like a wave washing onto this shore. But it's not a perfect copy of reality. It's raw data, ready for you to interpret. This is where the physical and the metaphysical begin their dance. The ground for this entire landscape is the brain itself, an incredible structure of nearly 100 billion neurons, linked by trillions of connections. When you look at a picture or hear a song, you aren't just passively receiving it. Instead, parts of your brain, like the sensory cortices, light up first, processing the raw stimuli. Think of these as the ports of entry to your inner world. From this point on, nothing stays the same. The information is instantly whisked away, deeper into the continent of the mind, where it gets completely transformed. Our journey begins right here, on this boundary. We're leaving the familiar world of objects and things behind and preparing to dive into the space where those things are actually given meaning. We're about to see how the mind takes the simple stuff of the world and builds entire universes from it. This is the first step, understanding that what you perceive isn't the world itself, but the brain's own, uniquely rendered version of it. And from here, we fly deeper. Section 2. The Ascent, Rivers of Thought. As we leave the shores of perception, we climb into the very atmosphere of the mind, the world of thought. Thoughts aren't solid things you can hold. They're fluid and dynamic, like powerful rivers of electrochemical energy flowing through the brain's pathways. A single thought is a pattern, a cascade of neurons firing in a complex, coordinated sequence across huge networks. These thoughts aren't stuck in one place. They draw on information from many areas at once. The flow of these rivers is directed by a master conductor, the prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain acts as an integrator, pulling raw data from our senses, mixing it with memories, and coordinating our responses. When you read a single word, the idea flows from the visual areas that see the letters' shapes to the regions that understand their meaning, and then onto other areas that might connect it to another thought. It's a seamless, breathtakingly complex ballet. Even our most abstract ideas are formed this way, by combining existing concepts in a sort of mental algebra. The brain can snatch a concept from one region and merge it with another, creating something entirely new in a process some neuroscientists call tinkering. It's here, in this flow, that we see the mind's true alchemy. We aren't just processing information, we're transforming it, creating new currents of understanding that will shape our inner landscape forever. Section 3. The Inner Cosmos, the Nebula of Imagination. Now we go further, beyond the structured rivers of logic and into the boundless cosmos of the imagination. If perception is the shore and thought is the river, then imagination is the nebula, a vast, swirling cloud of creative potential where new worlds are born. The brain's power to imagine is basically a form of simulation, It can generate vivid sights, sounds, and feelings all on its own, with zero input from the outside world. With a little visualization, we can consciously become the artists of this inner space. We can build a safe place in our minds, a sanctuary made not of bricks, but of awareness itself. By engaging all our senses, we can make this inner world feel just as real as the physical one. We can feel the warmth of an imagined sun, smell rain on a forest floor that exists only in our mind, and hear music that's never been played. In this space, we can also bend the rules of reality. We can give colors to our emotions, imagining joy as a brilliant golden light or calm as a deep, soothing blue, and watch as these colors fill our mental space, amplifying how we feel. Imagination isn't just daydreaming. It's the brain running its what-if scenarios, strengthening neural pathways through neuroplasticity. It's the engine of creativity, the workshop where we build the previews of life's coming attractions. Section 4. Exploring the deeps, the canyons of memory and emotion. From the creative expanse of the imagination, our journey now takes us deeper, into the grand canyons of memory and the vibrant landscapes of emotion. These aren't separate places. In the mind, they are deeply interconnected. Our memories aren't like perfect dusty recordings stored in a library. They are active reconstructions, canyons carved by the rivers of our past, reshaped just a little every single time we revisit them. Flying through these canyons is like watching the stories that define us. Some canyon walls are smooth, worn down by memories we access all the time. Others are jagged and sharp, holding on to moments of intense feeling. Emotions are the colors that paint these canyons. A memory of a success might glow with the warm light of pride, while a memory of loss could be steeped in cool, somber tones. Using visualization, we can actively work with these inner landscapes. Through practices like compassion meditation, we can imagine sending warmth and light to others, or even to the parts of ourselves that hold on to painful memories. This doesn't erase the canyons, but it can change their emotional color, helping us find empathy and connection. This part of our journey shows us a profound truth. Our inner world isn't static. It's a living landscape that we can explore and even reshape with conscious intention. Section 5. The source, the core of consciousness. We've traveled through perception, thought, imagination, and memory. Now we've reached our final destination, the most mysterious and profound place in our inner universe, the very source of consciousness itself. This isn't one spot in the brain, some kind of consciousness headquarters. Instead, many scientists believe it's the emergent light that comes from all the activity we've just witnessed. It's the universe inside becoming aware of itself. Think of it as reaching the quiet, brilliant center of the nebula. It is the experience of pure awareness, the silent observer that watches thoughts flow by without getting swept away. And what about telling the difference between what's real and what's imagined? How does the brain do that? Well, that's one of the deepest mysteries of consciousness. Some of the latest research hints that it might have to do with the strength of the signals in our brain, almost like there's a reality threshold a signal has to cross to be believed. But it's a puzzle we're still piecing together. To be here is to understand that you are not your thoughts, your emotions, or your memories. You are the space in which they all happen. The artist isn't just the hand that holds the brush, but the consciousness that guides it. The musician isn't just the fingers on the strings, but the awareness that feels the music. This is the ultimate destination of our journey, discovering the silent, powerful, and ever-present self at the core of your being. We've traveled a long way, from the shores of perception to the core of awareness. But this journey doesn't have to end here. What landscapes did you discover inside yourself? What colors did you see? I'd love to hear about a thought or feeling from your own inner journey, so please share it in the comments below. When we share our experiences, we learn from each other and can continue this exploration together. As we gently return to our everyday awareness, we carry the echoes of this journey with us. The point of this flight wasn't to escape reality, but to connect with it more deeply by understanding the immense creative power we hold inside. You are the architect of your inner world, It's a space of infinite potential, a universe just waiting for you to explore it. The greatest adventures aren't always outward to the farthest stars, but inward to the universe each of us carries within. What will you build in yours?